Hi guys! Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible power and wisdom that surrounds us every day? Our planet is full of lessons that can teach us about life, the world we live in, and the best way to live in it. Today, we'll be uncovering the hidden treasures of one of the most abundant substances on our planet, water. It is a substance that we all take for granted, but it holds the key to life and some of the greatest lessons and values that we can learn. From the oceans to the rain, from the lakes to the rivers, water is all around us and it plays a vital role in our lives. But did you know that water can also teach us valuable lessons and morals that can help us lead a more fulfilling life? Well, get ready to be amazed as we dive into the world of water and explore the many lessons and values that it has to offer. This is not just a lesson in science, but a lesson in life. So grab a cup of water, sit back, and join us on this exciting journey as we uncover the secrets of water. Hi, once again, and welcome to Lessons from Nature. Lessons from Nature is a platform where principles and lessons written by the hands of the Creator in nature are gleaned and shared with people who desire growth and character strength. So, in this episode, we will be discussing the moral values and lessons that we can learn from water, which is like one of the most important substances on earth. Water is a transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance that makes up streams, lakes, and oceans we find here on Earth, and it also makes up the fluids of most living organisms. It is very vital for all known forms of life, whether animals or human beings or plants, even though it provides no calories or organic nutrients. Water is all around us and it plays a vital role in our lives and also in the balance of nature. Now, every now and then, medical practitioners advise us to drink water often as it has numerous benefits to the human body, which include but are not limited to hydrating the body, regulating the body temperature, helping with digestion, flushing out toxins, supporting the skin health. That is, it gives females this skin glow that they desire. It helps lubricate joints, it helps with weight loss, it boosts physical performance, and very importantly, it promotes healthy brain function. In the absence of water, or when there is little to no intake of water, dehydration occurs. There is decreased energy levels, which then leads to fatigue. You have a dry skin, constipation. There is increased risk of kidney stones. You have impaired physical performance, dizziness, headaches, and in severe cases, organ failure can occur. It is no wonder that water is called the element of life. Before I forge ahead into the lessons for the day, I would like to ask a question. What lessons do you learn from water? What lessons come to mind when you see water? You can drop your answers down in the comment section down below. So, when you put water in a bottle, it takes the form of the bottle. When you put it in a plate, it takes the form of the plate. When you put it into a freezer, it turns into ice, and when it's boiled, it turns to gas. Water can change its form and state depending on the environment it finds itself in. It adapts to its environment, and this brings us to our first lesson: adaptability. Water teaches us to be able to adapt to our environment and to be flexible in life. Life is not always what we wish it to be. One thing that is constant in life is change, and therefore we find ourselves in changing circumstances often. And the best way to survive or thrive or flourish is to adapt. Now, I'm not saying that when you find yourself in an evil area, you should now join them. No, adapt to the area in such a way that you would not get in trouble or you would not become corrupted. Another lesson is cooperation. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen molecules, usually in the formula H2O. Now, these molecules work together to form a cohesive whole, which emphasizes the importance of cooperation and teamwork. Without these molecules working together, we probably wouldn't have water as we know it today. To be honest, no man is an island unto himself. There are some dreams that require two or more persons coming to work together to be able to bring it to fruition. There is a saying that two heads are better than one. It is also said that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. So just like hydrogen and oxygen molecules work together to give us water, learn to work with other persons and see how much you'll be able to achieve and how far you'll be able to go in life. The water cycle itself is all about give and take. From evaporation to condensation, rainfall, and back to evaporation. There is also the fact that all water bodies on Earth are connected to each other in a relationship that has to do with giving and taking. This teaches us the lesson of giving and taking. We have some people who are givers but do not know how to take. And we have some people who are takers but do not know how to give. There has to be a balance between the two. Learn to give as much as you take. So, water is often associated with cleanliness and purity, as we often use it to clean our environment, mop the floor, wash our clothes, clean our body. This teaches us to not just maintain our physical and environmental hygiene, but also to maintain our moral and ethical integrity. In the words of Lao Tzu, nothing is softer or more flexible than water, yet nothing can resist it. Do you know that water can break down a rock and turn it into sand? Do you know it can make hills and mountains into bags of sand? It does this by slowly permeating the substance of the rock or mountain till it softens it up and then breaks it down. It does this by consistently going through it. This teaches us the lesson of consistency and patience. Sometimes it is not all about physical strength. Those little things that you do consistently, that you take slow and steady, in the long run make great changes. For example, those little exercises, those little walks you take, those little amounts of water that you take daily, in the long run nourish your body. They strengthen you, not just physically, but also strengthen your mind. Those little choices you make now to stay healthy, to avoid certain meals, in the long run, in your old age, you will see the benefits. So it takes consistency and it takes patience, because sometimes you don't see the results here and now. Unfortunately, we live in a generation where people are all about the fast things, fast cars, fast money, fast food, and unfortunately this pushes them to make wrong decisions that in the long run will land them in danger. I talked about this more in one of my videos titled Nature No Dey Rush. That is pidgin for Nature Doesn't Rush. I will drop the link down below in the description box for those that are interested to watch. Another lesson that we can learn from water wearing down even the toughest of rocks is the lesson of perseverance. Water will always find its way, no matter the obstacle it's facing. It will find even the smallest of openings and pass through it just to continue its journey. It reminds us of the power of persistence and determination to persevere through tough times. Not only is water life, but life is also like water. So when we find obstacles that obstruct our flow, what we should simply do is to create new paths or look for opportunities, no matter how little, so that we can forge ahead and not let those obstacles hold us down. There is a saying that anything good is good and anything bad is bad. But when the good becomes too much, then it becomes bad. Well, when the bad becomes too much, it is still bad, even probably worse. But this is a saying about temperance and moderation. Same thing goes for water. As good as water is, as beneficial as it is, with the fact that it has no enemy, it can actually be a weapon of mass destruction when it is too much, when it is not moderate. We'll find this in cases of flooding, tsunami, and so on, where water overflows and then it's not bounded and it destroys anything it finds on its path. So this teaches us to be moderate in whatever we're doing. Let us always ensure that we are moderate. There is a Chinese proverb that says that not only can water float a boat, it can sink it also. When a body of water is still, it becomes a mirror and there is clarity. You can see yourself when you peer into it. But when a body of water is turbulent, aside from the fact that it can cause damage, it can capsize ships, that is, it can sink boats, and also it makes it impossible to see clearly. It distorts whatever image it's reflecting. So your mind, learn to keep your mind in a state of tranquility. Only when you are still, only when you are at peace do you see and think clearly. But when your mind is turbulent, it is impossible to think clearly, and decisions made in such moments are always, most times, not the best decisions. So whenever you feel like you are in a state of disturbance, you are in a turbulent state, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to clear your mind, take a moment to relax. Don't make decisions in moments whereby you are upset, so as not to sink certain boats in your life. Bodies of water that are naturally occurring in nature are always flowing. They are rarely ever stagnant, and this is why they are always fresh and clean, except for cases where humans go dump dirt into them and thereby polluting the water. But naturally occurring bodies of water, oceans, seas, rivers, are always flowing and they are always fresh and clean. Bruce Lee says that a flowing river never grows stale, so you just have to keep flowing. Yeah, stagnant water breeds rubbish. If you remain stagnant, you would most likely not like yourself. That is why you need to keep moving. There is a saying by Martin Luther King Jr. that goes thus: if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But for goodness sake, no matter what you're doing, make sure you're moving forward. So yes, be like a flowing river. Do not remain stagnant. Well, these are just a few of the many lessons and values that we can learn from water. So next time you are near a body of water, take a moment to reflect on its teachings, and remember, the world around us is full of lessons and wisdom. We just need to take the time to listen. Thank you guys for watching till the end. If you liked what you just listened to, please click on the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell for more episodes of Lessons from Nature. See you next time. Bye.